All right, everyone, here we go with a Friday reading. What are they thinking and feeling? Randomly at the bottom here, I took a look at it before, but it is just there. When I put the deck down, I've got the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords and the Knight of Wands. I think I'm seeing this a lot. I'm getting this a lot. I think somebody's realizing that the bullshit, right, is coming back to bite them in the ass a little bit. These types of energies, we see these all the time with somebody who lied to you to get in their pants, or to get in your pants, or somebody's pants, right? They just lied. They tell you it's their house, but it's not their house. They're just house sitting, that kind of a thing. It's a bit of that. It's a bit of somebody realizes that, well, they got what they wanted, but it's not long term. Because you can't sustain it. This is not my house. That sort of a thing. Anyway, it's just an example of that set of energies. Let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. What are they thinking and feeling? We split the soulmate cycle into 12 pieces. I'll put the sign names to it, but I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your fucking horoscope. All right. There's text at the top of the description that explains for any new people why there's no timestamps here. And I have to stop shuffling because that bottom card fell out and I put it back. There we go. The overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is the Eight of Pentacles with the Four of Wands. Again, an energy of something somebody avoided is coming back, or I'll read it another way because, you're all different people dealing with different people. It could be somebody's put some work into themselves, and now the opportunity is there for you guys to have a real conversation. That's possible too. Either one is possible. Let's see where we go. I don't know. Let's see. All right, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Chair, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it, all right? This could be future influence for you as well. Keep that in mind, right? So if you're banging somebody in a fancy house and they're showing you around, try to ask some key questions to make sure it's theirs. Okay, so that's all. And they're not just house sitting, because people assume house sitter. We got house sitters all over Los Angeles. They're in the fancy house. They got them in Miami too. People house sitting. It's just it's hard not to assume it's their house. It really is, and they take advantage of that. Believe me. Our story starts with Aries position 1, ends with Pisces position 12. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate. We're just pulling on a cycle. You're all in the same room. All right, here we go. We don't clarify this reading. Tomorrow we clarify and we ask what actions they're going to take. Right here, what are they thinking and feeling? Our story begins with what? The Sun. I think somebody wants to fess up to something here for you. I do. I think somebody wants to have a real talk with you. This is the closest related to the overall energy. And it also bookends the theme energy of this cycle, the Cancerian position 4. So, there's something here for everybody. There's definitely something here for everybody. The corners are always important in general, with the exception of sometimes Sagittarius, which can be separate from the cycle for whatever reason with me. I think somebody wants to enlighten you about something. You got some clarity coming. They want to provide you with some clarity. Okay? That's what they're thinking and feeling about you. I don't know whether they will or not. We'll find out tomorrow what actions they take. But Taurus, position 2. The Star. It's a little When You Wish Upon a Star, which I'm not going to sing. But it's... I think there's... I'm gonna say what I think here. I don't like guessing, but I feel like it's a guess. I don't want to go with they're manifesting you, or I think the time is now. I don't know what that means. Whatever it is, somebody feels like the time is now. Now they can do it. Okay? I don't know if that means talk to you, bang you, throw a rock at you. I have no idea. But the time is now. All right? Take it as you want. All right. Okay. Gemini, position 3. Queen of Swords. Ooh. That's a cold energy. Somebody has filled your person's head. I get this. They're controlled by somebody on their side. I always get that with this and the Leo soap opera a little bit. Somebody has filled somebody's head with nonsense. Somebody attached to you. Now they're thinking, maybe that's not Steve's viewer's house. Right? They're just thinking things along those lines. Somebody has filled your person's head with a bunch of nonsense that sounds very true. Nonsense is like junk food energy. It's devil energy, lies, and all that kind of stuff. We started with a Seven of Swords randomly at the bottom. And this is the Queen of Truth. Nonsense sounds really good. That's why people believe it, because it sounds really good. You know, it's junk food energy. It's like junk food. You read the label on the toaster pastries. You're like, oh, well, look at all these vitamins and minerals. This looks really good. This is probably really good for me. Yeah, unless you go take the ingredients label to a chemist and let them read it for you, and they'll have a fucking heart attack while they're reading it. You don't want to eat this. Put this down. You know, kind of a thing. Somebody here has believed some nonsense, and they're sending jabs your way. They're questioning whether you're for real. Are you for real? Is that really their house? Was that really their car? Was this really a soul connection? That kind of a thing. Okay, it's fine. There's nothing you can do. You can't fight City Hall, as they say here, right? You can't fight City Hall. You can't fight an invisible foe off in the background. So we'll see what actions they're going to take towards you. Maybe you'll get a chance to talk to them and straighten it out. I don't know. This type of energy comes up a lot lately in the Scorpio position, I know, where they got accused of something they didn't do. Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle, position 4. Something here for everybody, regardless of what 9 resonate with you. It bookends the sun. King of Swords. Somebody, what did I say? It has to go along the lines of what I said with the sun. All right, and a little bit here with the overall energy. Somebody wants to give you some clarity. Somebody wants to tell you some truth. Okay, I will say you, and if you identify with or resonate with position 3, the Gemini position, you guys are going to have a fight about what this person about the bullshit this person got told. I would recommend you have a chat with this person because these two fight in close proximity. So I feel I should back up a little bit and tell you, again, you got every right to be angry with this person a little bit for believing a bunch of nonsense. It is what it is. I don't know. Somebody wants to give you some clarity. That's what they're thinking about doing. They're thinking about what specific truth to tell you, though. Right? They're going to cherry pick some truths. I get a lot of communication here in a reading where I'm asking what they're thinking and feeling. So everybody's thinking about talking, speaking up, showing up. This is more confrontational. This is more weird. Now is the time. It feels like a mission. And somebody wants to give you some clarity. But they're picking and choosing what clarity to give you, though. I don't always like that. If you're going to give me clarity, give me all of it. Right? Maybe they don't think you can handle the truth. I don't know. Leo soap opera, position 5. What do we get here? I love the Leo soap opera. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, I knew it was a strong card. I don't know what the card is, but I know if it's a strong one. That's a strong card. Death card. Every time, I've told you this before, I'll say it again. Every time this person puts you down, you show back up. All right? Somebody here is a powerful manifest. I'm going to tell you something about this energy that's coming off of here. It's what I would tell them if they were here. Can I give it to you that way? Right? This person in the toxic situation, in the Leo soap opera. So if you identify with this, pay attention. Your person standing in front of me, here's what I would say to them in this energy. I would say you're a powerful manifester right now, and you're going way negative. You need to be careful. I don't think you need to go completely positive, but I think you need to at least tone back the negative a little bit because they're about to manifest something very bad for themselves. They're about to do something stupid, about to whatever. That's what I've got here. All right. It's just what it is. It's just how it goes. The universe seems intent. The energies seem intent on bringing you two together in this angle. And when this person puts you down, like throws you on the ground, kind of a thing, like what they've done here, well, I'm done with that. And they wipe their hands of the whole thing. The universe does some crazy shit. It creates chaos in order to make you a thing again. In other words, it'll make something happen. By putting you down, they're manifesting something to happen where this person would want to call you to get your advice on it. See what I'm saying? And that's why it comes up a lot in the readings that they think you can help them with something. It happens here in the Cancer position too. But this is the all signs position, so that's not surprising. Part of the Leo soap opera always shows up here. Right? So that's where we're at. That's what I tell them. They're going way too negative. They need to be very careful. This is feedbacking off the Star. And the Queen of Swords. Really, I wish I could say the King of Swords, but it's not. Okay. Virgo, position 6. Anyway, they're not here to hear me. So, be careful. Very powerful. Sometimes we don't know when we're powerfully manifesting. Right? Sometimes we just don't know until it's too late. It's going to be too late pretty soon. Virgo, position 6. Sometimes my wild card. Sometimes you guys show up here. Sometimes it's somebody attached to you. I don't know. If you guys show up here, though, in the wild card, either here or position 11, it's for a good number of you. All right, usually greater than 80%, sometimes greater than 85, I would say. All right, what do we get? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's you guys. You all have this quality that somebody's thinking about in regards to you. You have this energy around you that if you call Steve's viewer in the 6th position, it gets done right. Okay? Whether that's true or not, you might be like, Steve, I'm the biggest half-asser in the world. I hear you. But other people are perceiving you right now as having the answers, knowing what to do, knowing how to build something. If somebody building a deck for their house, they're going to call you because you know what to do, right? You're going to show up there while they're putting the poles that hold it up in the ground, right? You're going to be like, whoa, 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 stop. You need to put those in concrete because otherwise the termites are going to eat the shit out of that motherfucker, right? You're the one who's showing up with the answers. I mean, it's just an example, but it's right there. It's, you know... even if you don't know how to do something, somebody feels like with just your energy around, it'll get done right. Maybe because you'll organize people, right? I don't know. It could be. I have no idea. If you identify with position 6, you've got some form. You don't have to be a Virgo. You don't even have to have it in your chart, but you've got some form of the qualities here. You attract those types of energies to you. So you put that out, right? That's a good number of you. It's a good number of the DFs in this cycle, you know. Libra position 7, so that's fine. Somebody's thinking you're the right person for the job. I mean, I could put it like that, I guess. I don't know. Your energy's good. We'll see what actions they take towards you tomorrow. All right. Libra position 7. The World, most powerful card I can pull. I don't know why I went into Santa there, but a little bit. Okay, I think you got a present. I think you have a gift coming. I think somebody's going to give you something that you might want to refuse because it's too much. Somebody's thinking about doing something for you that you might perceive as too much, you know. But it really benefits you. It really helps you. It changes your world. It allows you to do something you couldn't do without it, right? And I don't joke about anything or say anything. It's not in the reading. My reactions to cards are important. Is my voice slumping? Is my voice up? Is my voice stable? I got a very stable level sort of radio voice here for this reading. That's kind of what's going on. Everybody's person's having a bit of a come to Jesus with himself, except for this one who's still listening to nonsense. But, you know, I did Santa here. I mean, yeah, a little bit. I would encourage you, because the World card is here, it's very auspicious. You might be inclined to refuse it. Make sure you're pretend refusing just to be nice. Oh, no, I couldn't. Right? Oh, no. Right? But you really want it. Right? You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't refuse this if I were you. Right? Somebody's really thinking about doing you a solid here. I don't know who it is. You got a soul connection with them, I'll tell you that. Scorpio, position 8. What do we get here? My hot Scorpios. Ooh. King of Wands. Snake in the grass. That's the first thing I thought. Snake in the grass. There you go. I'm right. How about that? Sometimes when I say snake in the grass, it's a Knight of Wands in this deck. So I didn't know which one it was, but I bet it was one of the fucking snakes. Buddy attached to you. It's what I've said. I don't know why. I guess this isn't resolved yet. And tomorrow we'll find out what actions are going to be taken to resolve it, I would imagine. We're getting close. Nobody thinks you're an asshole. Okay? Nobody thinks you're... what a jerk that Scorpio is. Okay? What a jerk. They told. You know, I don't know. It's just that same energy. It's been coming up. And again, you don't have to be a Scorpio here. Right? If this resonates with you, is somebody giving you a cold shoulder? You don't even have to know. Steve, I don't know what you might be talking. It could play out 1,000 different ways. This could be somebody giving you a cold shoulder in its most mild form. And you don't know why. You don't understand. You know, what's going on with Janelle all of a sudden? She's really cold. You know, yeah, okay. By the way, you know, I usually keep it to myself, but this is feedbacking off of this. So, again, if I had timestamps, I would have to tell Scorpio people, but I'm not your astrologer, so why would I do that, to watch the Gemini thing. But again, position 3 and position 8 are really resonating off each other, which tells me something's going to happen, because that's 11. You know, something about to pop off here. You know, it is what it is. Okay, Sagittarius. My Sagittarius, position 9. Sometimes, everybody out of the way, everybody stay back. All right, here we go. And in this corner. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. That felt like 2 cards. It's a Wheel of Fortune. Well, what did I say? Rewind. I said it felt like 2 cards, didn't I? What does that mean? Why would Steve say that? I don't know. I'm asking myself the same question. Your fortunes are tied with somebody. I think they're figuring that out. I don't think you know yet. Okay? That's what I think. I think this is 2 Wheel of Fortunes, but there's only one in the deck. That's why it felt like 2. What do I always tell you? The 5D manipulates the 3D very easily, right? Felt like 2. A very thick card. Your fortunes are tied with somebody, and somebody's thinking about how to untangle them. I'm not sure if you know they're tied. You might. Maybe you want to keep them tied. I don't know. I got to give it to you several different ways because there's more than one person watching. But whatever it is, they're thinking about untying those connections. I can tell you that right now. All right. Huh. They want their own Wheel of Fortune. I guess that's the way I can look at it. I don't know. I like that. I like it a little bit. I think you may not think so at first, but it benefits you to disentangle from this energy in some capacity. Well, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow what actions they're going to take. We do the same reading, but we clarify. We ask about actions, all right? Capricorn, position 10, but we need context here. We got to have our context. Position 10, Capricorn, Temperance. It didn't feel like 2 cards. I was just wiping something off my finger. I'm just being honest with you. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I could turn this into a 30-minute reading right here alone. You told somebody something a while back. I'm going to phrase it like this, the easiest way to put it. You told the truth, and somebody now thinks that you lied to them, but you didn't. Okay? And I say that because there's a lot of energies. And I think it's the card I spent the most time on. I think it's the position I spent the most time on. There's a lot of energies going back to this Queen of Swords. There really is. There's a lot of energies going back to it. Stand in your truth. All right? Don't change because somebody said, well, it might be wrong, whatever. No, whatever it is. All right? You got to hold your ground on this here. What we got a lot going on of too many cooks in the kitchen, sort of a thing, a little bit. Or maybe it's better put that negative energies are taking a stronger hold right now than positive ones at the moment. They're more rooted, right? It's easy to come up with all kinds of nonsense. It's very easy. The truth is what it is. It doesn't change. And the nonsense you can adapt. Nonsense is like clay. You can mold it into whatever you need at any given moment, right? The truth is like concrete. Once it's dried, you could chip at it if you want, which often happens, but, it is what it is. More like it's a pile of hardened steel. So anyway, hold your ground here, I would say. Anyway, we'll see what actions they take. You might have somebody coming in calling you a liar. I don't know. It's possible. Aquarius, position 11. Sometimes my wild card, sometimes you guys show up here, so it might be more info on this, or it could be an incoming energy. I don't know. Let's see. The Knight of Pentacles. You got to break. It's. Do I want to phrase this? Yeah. Okay. So I'm asking the energy because I'm not sure. It's not you guys. It's not more about this. It's an incoming energy. You've got some time. You've got an issue coming towards you that you don't know about yet. All right? Somebody is bringing an issue, but they're busy right now, and it's going to take it a little while to get to you, but it's on its way. So use this downtime to know that it's sort of something where I might tell you, be careful about assuming if things are great. Or you get some downtime, don't assume it's going to last forever, right? Get yourself recharged, get yourself shored up for the next issue. Because slowly but surely it's making its way to you. All right, that's all I'm going to say. I don't know. It's coming. But right, it's taking its time. The universe, I think the energy is giving you time to recharge. I would take it. Right? I would definitely take it. I don't know. We'll see what actions, we'll see what they're going to do. I don't know. Pisces, position 12, always read with 1 and 5. Oh, very interesting. Okay. The Empress. Yeah, it had to be something strong because these are 2 major arcana cards. That's major arcana as well. It's sort of somebody can't get you out of their mind, right? Again, what I said here, we take a little bit of what I said here, where every time they put you down, it comes back. Right? The universe finds some way to bring it back. And somebody here wants to give you some clarity. Somebody wants to give you some clarity, but they feel like in doing so, it's going to cost them something. I don't know what else to tell you. You're just going to, I think, in the thoughts and feelings department, there's somebody attached to you that you're not sure how they feel, and you're not going to be. You're just going to have an inner knowing that they love you, or that you matter, or that you're a thing, or whatever it is. You're just going to have that inner knowing. You're going to have to trust your intuition on this one. All right. I think this person will dilly-dally because it costs them to give you clarity. It costs them a lot. Okay, and it's just the way it is. But I think you'll be able to pick up on the in-between energy here, the energy between the sun and the death card that sort of sits there. You'll be able to pick up on that. You'll know how they feel. If you sit in the silence, maybe do some meditating on it, maybe just let yourself feel. Some night, staring at the ceiling at 3 in the morning, let it go quiet. You'll feel it. You will. All right, let's see what else the universe wants to tell you here. Let's add it all up. Add them up, universe. 3 cards and a bottom card. What's it all mean? What do we get? Tomorrow we ask what actions they're going to take. We clarify, and it should be interesting, to say the least. I'm going to mark down a couple of these. Let's see where we go, especially that one. Jeez. There's no... Poisoning the well is such a common energy right now. It really is. I had a job like this once years ago. You know, one of the few where I wasn't the boss. I didn't really care for that. But I had a job a few years where it's really frustrating. I learned it's really frustrating to work with somebody who is in charge and goes with whatever the last person said to them. You know what I'm saying? You get it all worked out. You take off for the day. Somebody else comes in, happens to be there late, says something to them. You come back the next morning and everything's been changed because of what somebody else said, right? Even though you had it all worked out. You're dealing with the frustration of that type of energy here with that Queen of Swords. Let's see where we go. 3 cards and a bottom card. What do you want to tell everybody? What do we get? Bottom of the deck is Justice. The environmental energy, everybody wants to make themselves feel better. Now, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about energies attached to you. They all want some form of justice. They all want to be right. They all want to be, well, I will give clarity, but I'll give it on my terms. But they're viewing it, the way the environmental energy is and the way they're behaving within that energy, they're viewing it as justice, sort of a thing. Again, we have the DMs in this cycle that feel this undying need to always look like the hero. You know, it's a real ego play on a high level here. What do we get? The Hermit. The 5 of Swords is what I said. And the Queen of Cups. It's a real ego play, and it's hurting them. The way they're behaving in these justice energies is hurting the people attached to you. They're stabbing themselves in the foot. The energy right now, as I told the Piscean position 12 here, if you sit in the silence, you'll feel everything. The universe surrenders in the silence, you know, whether it's 3 in the morning and when it's dark in the room, or just sitting in your living room in broad daylight. Some people can do it that way. You know, I can. I imagine you can too, if you try, you know, but they're all sort of taking an ego approach. It's a bit of what I talked about in Venus and Taurus, right? We talked a lot, especially in the extended, about ego and soul energy and things along those lines. They're just not following that protocol. It's an energy that calls for the Hermit and the Queen of Cups and feeling and making gut decisions, and they're stabbing themselves in the foot. Does it mean you won't hear from this person or get communication? Of course not. It feels I said during the reading, it feels like communication's coming your way, or somebody's going to reach out, or you're going to find out something. Even if it's just through the 5D, you find out something. Whatever the case, you'll be able to get to the bottom of something. And I think the coming week might reveal that. Again, keep in mind, I'm not a Time Lord, and I haven't pulled the weekly reading yet, but we'll see. But the way this feels, it feels like you will be able to get to the bottom of something. But where these people attached to you are concerned, it might be a bit of an eye roll moment for you, where you're like, oh, jeez. You know, that kind of a thing. A little bit. You know, they just insist on stabbing themselves in the foot. With a little more soul, things could work out really good. It's going to be up to you to provide that, I think. You know, we'll see. Tomorrow in the weekly reading, we ask what actions they're going to take, and we clarify, and we'll find out. That's your reading here. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.